Hello and a very good evening to all our viewers. You're logged on to Sri Lanka's #1 sports hub, and the Dialog Rugby League action continues for the 8th successive weekend, and we have a battle up on our hands. Havelock Sports Club playing Army Sports Club in this opening week of this second round. Exciting clash up here at Havelock Park. It's a night game, second night game in this Dialog Rugby League thus far, and the Pink Army looks very confident of this game. They lost that weekend, the 7th weekend against Candy. That was a disappointing turn of events for the Havelock Sports Club side. But in the meantime, Havelock, I think in that week to this game, they've done their homework. They've seen what's gone wrong, what's right and what's wrong, and they fixed their options, and they look very much intact of a victory. In the meantime, Army Sports Club has not had the best of first rounds. They've just had that draw in that 7th week, so that's going to bolster the spirits of the Army lads coming into the second round. So a lot to look forward to. Then the conditions here at Havelock Park look very conducive for free and flowing rugby. Let's take a look at the weather forecast today as well. Temperatures looking good, 26 degrees is the forecast here, and in the meantime the prediction is for a decent cloudy atmosphere at Havelock Park. So expect the ball to be flown left and right with the place kickers. The wind speed also looking very good per kph today here at Havelock Park. Expect the kickers Randy Silva, Sandesh Jaivikram in the meantime, as well as Ashan Bandara, to use that ball very often in order to get their team some mileage. So that's the early update. I think the crowd is slowly but surely coming up here at Havelock Park. You can see a lot of empty pink seats here, but mind you, when the match starts, I think there is going to be more crowd here at Havelock Park. So we'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll take a look at what has actually happened in this first round.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில், உங்கள் நகரில், உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவர்களின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම්. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? 5කින්
Welcome back to Live Pictures. If you're joining in right now, this is the Havelock Sports Club Army Sports Club encounter in the Dialog Rugby League 8th week. We've seen 2 exciting games so far today. Candy Sports Club was not so exciting. First of all, Candy Sports Club steamrolling Air Force 50 points to 8. That's how that game ended. Then at Valisar, I think we saw one of the best games today so far. I think CR and FC winning this one comprehensively after 2 tries from Janil Dilshan. So that was the highlight. Joining me alongside is Mr. Tariq Bun. So Tariq, good evening to you. You were there at that CR game last week. Tell us about how that went through, and we'll take a look at what happened last week as well.
Basically, last game between CR and Navy, whilst being very exciting, had many mistakes all around. It was an error-strewn game, but became pretty exciting at the end of the game when Navy somehow seems to be always picking up their game at the end of the second half, and the CR just managed to scrape through.
So there you go. That was how that finished. 27 points to 24 was how CR won that game. Then in taking a look at the first game of last week, Army Sports Club leveling it all with Police. There was a chance for Police to score and win that game, but they could not go the distance. Therefore, comprehensively beating CSN FC, one of the most talked teams in the entire league, could not live up to expectations. And then Candy Sports Club steamrolling, or rather going past Havelock Sports Club, 22 points to 12, and that was the key highlight of this 7th week.
Yes, so now we can see as both teams prepare finally, and now we can see the points table as well. Candy SC leading with a really good points cushion here.
Yes, and we see in today's game Havelocks is really third from the top of the table versus the Army, who are third from the bottom of the table. And this, of course, does not mean anything. It all depends on the condition and the mood of the players on the day. The CR and FC just behind the Havelocks, not too far away, just by a point. Navy, although they have their late comeback, still behind on 5th place. And as I mentioned, Army third from the bottom. And the CHNFC, as Insha mentioned, although much talked about, still one but bottom of the table, with Air Force bringing up the rear.
Yes, and as always, Havelock Sports Club will have a point to prove after the drubbing they received in the hands of Candy Sports Club in their previous match. And Army SC being 2 places above the last position will give the Havelock side some motivation. So what they would be thinking is winning with a good lead and getting that bonus point as well to close the gap at the top. And now we go to the top try scorers. When we start the round 2 in the 8th week of the Dialog Rugby League, we have Janil Dilshan, the speedster from CR and FC, and the top point scorer, the former Havelocks player, now putting on that CR and FC jersey, Riza Mubarak, with 58 points. A very good kicker. And that is how the Dialog Rugby League has shaped up so far.
Havelocks, of course, today have everything to play for, because after losing the game to Candy last week, they would like to make up for that loss and try to catch up Candy as the tournament progresses, and hope that Candy makes up with a mistake.
Yes. Candy does showed last season that it can get a bit tricky towards the end of the season. I think that's what the Park Club boys are hoping for as well, but they still have to put the points on the board and keep their end of the bargain up to make sure that they can catch up to Candy SC during the latter stages of the league.
Havelocks have made a change there. Their captain is coming in.
Yes, we have the team card for Havelocks now. Charan Shamika, Zayan Sabah, Faiz Abdullah making up the front row for the heavies. with Ganidhu Lakshan, Umesha Madhushan for the second row, and the third rows being Malisha Madhumewan, Shenal Silva, Lasindu Karna Tilaka, and the scrum off would be played by Vimukti Rahula. Sandesh Jayakram will be directing traffic as the first 5/8, and Keshan Kavinda and Navin Hinakan Kanange would be the two speedsters, with 12 and 13 being played by Dinushan Aryapala and Randy Silva respectively, and Captain Mithun Hapugoda will be taking care of the backfield, and the replacements would be Janithu Asmir Fajudeen, Dayan Sabha, Dilanka, Ravin, Santush Algama, Prince Chamara and Theekshana. And we have the Army SC lineup here as well, with the forwards being Ranjan Jayaratna, Aravinda Karunaratna, Shehan Silva, the front rows. The second rows are then Nalaka Madhuranga, Nalan Premanath, and the third row is Manoj Ukramarachi, Upul Aberatna and Chamira Silva. Scrum half is Chamit Fernando, with the fly half being played by Ashan Bandar, Sudaraka Dikkumbura, a veteran, and Danushka Talwatta making up the speedsters. The Fijian star Tomasi Kauso and Tusis Sena Naika linking up as the centre combination, and Isuru Madagedara taking care of the backfield here.
Thank you, Pasidu. I think a comprehensive Army lineup today for the Soldiers. Watch out for Tomasi Kausau. Kausau was the influential man for the Soldiers in that draw against Police. Kept two wonderful tries, and that was the key for their draw. And watch out for that Army side as well. They're looking for victory. They're looking to make some progress in this Dialog Rugby League. They've not had too much of progress in the Dialog Rugby League in this 2019-20 season. They were impressive last year, just that they've not been able to get their act together. So watch out for this Army side. But in the meantime, do not underestimate this Havelock side. With such a young side, Tariq, they've come up the ranks. They put their hands up high. They came out unexpectedly, and I think they've delivered for every thing what they've come here for. I think last year was the same occasion, same scenario. They were downsized with their players leaving the club. This year also it's the same scenario. They play with the young team. Coach Sanath Martis has done miracles with this Havelock Sports Club side.
Havelock certainly did well. Havelock certainly did well against Kandy, and much of the time they were actually occupying Kandy territory, and it was unfortunate to see them lose the match, but that's the way rugby goes, and we hope to see Havelock's putting up a convincing show today. Having said that, Army has everything to play for to keep up in the tournament. Third from the bottom, but always wanting to progress.
Exactly. So Army Sports Club, a little bit of a backlog there this season. There you go, the match officials for the evening. Priyantha Gunaratna, the man in charge, alongside Isuru Pereira and Ravin Alexander, his assistants. So expect Gunaratna to allow play to continue, because Gunaratna is a referee who wants to see continuous play. I think that's what's expected in rugby as well at the end of the day.
Exactly. The game must keep flowing. Too much whistle blowing, and then the man in the center is the center of attention rather than the players. And Gunaratna is known for allowing the game to flow freely.
Both teams are lining up for the player introductions. We'll be having a kickoff shortly, but in the meantime, just to look at how this league has progressed. I think 7 weeks of action we've had. We're on to the 8th week. We'll be having another 6 more weeks from this week, and after that I think we're going to go up to a super round. Super round is where the top 4 teams contest for the cup, and the bottom 4 teams will contest for the plate, and out of that, I think the winner will be chosen for the Dialog Rugby League Cup Championship and the plate. But by the looks of it, with Kandy Sports Club having 15 points clear, in fact 16 points clear, I think the need for the super round is also questionable. But we'll wait and see if the big teams like CHNFC, in fact Police Sports Club and Havelock Sports Club could have the nerve to go down to Nithola and maybe defeat Kandy.
It's not unthinkable because Kandy are known to make mistakes during the latter half of the tournament, so it's not something unthinkable. Is it a slight drizzle that's flowing across? whilst the teams are being introduced. And the Army team is being introduced now, and the Havelocks doing their team huddle there. Play should commence shortly, and we expect a good game this evening under lights at the Havelocks.
Exactly, a good free-flowing game is what everyone expects. If you're joining up right now, this is the Dialog Rugby League week number 8, and this is the third game. Mind you, there'll be another exciting clash coming to you tomorrow. That's CSN FC hosting Police Sports Club. The first round game went in favor of Police, and Police are currently looking very solid right now. Based on how they've played and the level of playing they had so far. I think with the likes of their backline combination, one of the best combinations, only second to Candy Sports Club. So watch out for that game tomorrow. But in the meantime, the players in yellow stripes have a job in their hands. Take a look at that Army Sports Club. Watch out for that man in the middle, Radua Kausau. Playing his debut season here in Sri Lanka from Fiji. Has played a decent amount of rugby in New Zealand as well.
Has he ever represented Fiji, Insha?
Not sure about that. I don't think he has represented, but I think he's one of the top-notch players we've seen in this Dialog Rugby League alongside Imosi Bunibosa, who plays for Police.
And we'll see him probably making a few runs down the center of the field. Kick-off about to take place now.
Asam Bandara with the long hanging kick-off here goes a little bit too far on that occasion. Sandesh Javikrama was in a little bit of danger, but he makes sure he touched it down. So no real danger for Havelocks, and Army Sports Club a blunder in their first move.
Players getting back to the center. As per the rules, is going to be a scrum.
Immediate
ball
all
will
right.
be put in by Army not making use of the kickoff to gain an advantage. Back to square one.
Steady, mada honda scrum na kone. Boys, hurry up. Elliot in. Good scrum, right, ready. Steady. Control.
Rahul are playing a scrum half for the Havelocks, and his partner is going to be Javikram at fly half. Waiting for the scrum to settle in.
Steady, boys.
They're bound and set. Ball put in. Coming out obviously the Havelocks way.
But once again, I think Havelock Sports Club winning that penalty. Wonderful bit of work from their forwards.
Opting to kick to touch from the halfway line, or trying to gain territory. Not much territory gain.
I think Javikram is not the best when it comes to clearance kicks. But at this moment, Havelock Sports Club, I think Javikram is the best option they have. So they're making use of what they have at the moment. And I think that's working for Havelocks as well.
Yeah. Anyway, it was a penalty, so they're obviously going to get the... Sabah putting the ball in now to number 2. Sabah taking the ball off the line out as well. Into the ruck. Rahul waiting for the ball. The forwards are going to barge through. Another ruck created. And the forwards again trying to rumble their way across. Putting in phases now. And the ball now being flung out to the back. Javik Krumar to the center. The center is caught, but the ball is still coming out the Havelock's way. Very carelessly thrown, and Havelock's player bundled into touch.
Callas passed that time. Khavinder Keshan had nothing, did not have too many options with himself rather than holding on to the ball and going out into touch to save his team as well. Had the ball had been gained by Army, it would have been a definite counter-attacking opportunity opening up for the soldiers, but the Army should be happy to take that line out.
Army having a small conference before the throw, which seems to be the norm these days. Kanarata throwing the ball in. Throwing long and collected by the Havelocks instead. Ball being moved down the Havelocks back line.
Now opportunity opening up for the Havies. This time Navin Hena Kankanamge with the ball. Haven't seen too much of Hena Kankanamge in this club rugby arena ever since he made the move to Havelocks. Now Rahul going to the short side once again to Hena Kankanamge. Hena Kankanamge puts in the offload, doesn't go into good territory once again. Here comes the Havelock forwards.
Into the ruck now, and the ball being flung out again to the back. Centre trying to take it across. Good support in, and
still going. Senanayaka goes into contact. Wonderful collection there by the forwards. Good support coming in from the Havelock's front row. Now back to short side. Madhushan. Lovely bit of work from Abdullah Faiz. Meters close to that try line. Sandesh Vikram acting and helping out that ruck there. Now
a bit slow in coming out, but
Madhushan once again taking that ball. Now Jai Vikrama out to Theekshana. Theekshana has numbers out. Did not get that pass right. Unfortunately, that ball has been intercepted. But referee will bring back play. That was an intentional knock on. Here comes Havelocks. Vimukti Rahula. Now inches close to that try line.
Ball coming out now from the Havelocks way. And the ball forwards are trying to barge their way across. This is going to be a forward shove over the line. They are over the line now, and it's a try given.
So easy as this is, Charna Senanayaka making that break, and Umesh Madhushan walking out as the try scorer. Had the support of Dilanka Pereira as well at that occasion, but Umesh Madhushan wonderfully done that time, and that's the first try, easy as it is for Havelocks. I think they're not doing too much, nothing too fancy at that moment, but I think they've done their basics right, and that's why they've earned this try. So opening try goes in favor of Havelocks, and Sandesh Javikrama with a chance to add the 2 points.
And Army, on the other hand, could have defended more stoutly. Their forwards did not bind together and prevent the Havelocks from going over. Army forwards not playing together at this point in time, especially when you consider that it's their own line that they're defending. Ball put over, converted by Sandesh Javikrama, and the Havelocks take the lead 7-0 with 6 minutes into the game.
I think Havelocks had it easy in the first few minutes. I think Army Sports Club just gifting that opportunity, giving that open space for their forward. I think Army should have had better preparations for this game. I think they know how fast and how the Havelock forwards can improvise.
Immediately on try tibbot centis come. Dangalala tibbot tama 20 drop out.
Discussion between the referee.
Free stopping play to the injured player of Army. I think looks like he's good to continue.
Time on. Right, okay.
Kick off now, subsequent to the try. Pandara not too deep this time. Well collected by the Havelocks, and they are going to form a ruck.
Hands up, yellow!
And the ball, it's
again,
an interception.
Again,
it's going to be an intentional knock-on.
That's intentional knock-on. So there you go. That's the offense.
Number 4.
Umesh Madhushan. In fact, that's not Umesh Madhushan. That's Nalak Madhuranga found guilty of that offense. So second time this has happened in this match so far. So Havelock Sports Club once again the chance of getting out of jail.
We hope Army doesn't do it too much because the referee is bound to pull out a yellow card very shortly if they keep on intentionally knocking on. Referees are pretty strict on that these days. Ball kick to touch by the Havelocks. Again, not very much territory, about 10 to 15 meters. But Havelocks keep possession.
I think that's important. I think you deprive a team out of position. I think that changes their whole mindset. It adds in a different level of pressure onto the team as well because their expectations are high as well. So to win back the ball in the meantime, Havelocks, I think, are very happy to keep hold of position and play their own game at their own level.
Yeah, I think that means that they can their own pace and keep the Army bottled up as well. At will. Ball thrown into number 4, not very cleanly collected, but however, Havelock still getting the ball fairly cleanly. Standoff brought down.
Turnover for Army. Good job done by the forwards. Not the best of passes to Sisanayaka right there on that good pressure coming in from the Havelock's player. But Kausao here. Here comes Kausao. Kausao does really well to go into contact, keeping the ball alive for Army. Penalty given this time.
Number 13.
Offside is the infringement. Referee Priyanth Gunrathan rightfully penalising Havelock Sports Club.
Within kicking distance, and I think the Army is trying to decide whether they should kick to touch.
I think the good option, Tariq, here now they have just 10 minutes on the clock. I think should have gone for 3 points and then try to work their way around.
That's my thinking. The modern game seems to be taking them to kicking the ball to touch first and then score points to try. That's what the Army is trying to do.
It's interesting to see how things have changed because if I was there, if it was my call, I think I would have easily gone for 3 points since it's always good to attack with points under your belt.
Exactly. Because at the end of the day, when the game goes on, if they are short of points, you'll regret not taking the penalty.
Ball has been formed now. Army giving Havelocks a little bit a taste of their own medicine. Good pressure, good aggression shown from Havelocks. Advantage now. Bashan Bandara looks a little bit stumbled, did not know which direction to go to. Samira Silva. Numbers for Army. Now Bandara finds the ball to Kausao. Kausao puts in that cheeky offload. Still going. Army Sports Club needs support. Is isolated. Should have passed the ball early on. Now Army inches close to their trial and they have an advantage with their favour. Here comes the forwards. Kayan Sabah putting his effort to bring down the attack. Army still on the move and that's the try. Try scored, says the referee, and just like that Army Sports Club bounce back.
Number 4. Their decision not to take the penalty has been vindicated. They scored very near the post and it should be an easy one.
Under the post, just as I speak about how Havelocks have got their game right, Chayan Silva, the try scorer, scoring that one on the just onto the left of the post, making his kick takers, place kickers' job easy as well. But then Army Sports Club giving Havelock Sports Club a taste of their own medicine using that rolling maul, and wonderfully done that time by the Army forwards.
True. We don't have the pack weights, but I would think the Havelock's pack is slightly heavier than the Army pack, and for them to have done the rolling maul well is very creditable indeed.
So Chamat Fernando adding the extras for Army Sports Club. 7-all at 12 minutes. I think it's a good indication. I think Army are making a strong statement here saying that they too have competent forwards to tackle or to contest with the aggression of the Havelock forwards. I think that's an interesting fact. So we'll see how the next 28 minutes of this first half can span out. It'll all come down to the last few minutes, but in the meantime Sandesh Jayavikram has a decent kick, but by the looks of it is overcooked that kick.
Back to the half now, with the ball going on the full. Army is definitely going to make a fight of this. It's something that is a matter of pride, number one, and number two, there it's something they're going to use to try and just stay in the tournament. Scrum taking place on the halfway line. Prayers bound. And the scrum set. Ball being put in by the Army scrum half. The number 8 taking it back to the scrum half, and the ball being worked nicely.
Duty opening up for Army once again. Needs to pass. Should have passed that ball, but it will not be required. An Army Sports Club just like that score back to back. Isuru Madagedra that time knew exactly what he was doing. Had a man on the outside, but he knew he could go the distance. And just like that, Army Sports Club have scored that second try.
Army Sports Club making a game of this, as we predicted earlier. Not willing to lie down, and really not concerned about the reputation of the Havelocks.
Havelock Sports Club stunned at that moment, did not have any clue as to what's going on at that point. And Isuru Madagedra, what a wonderful bit of work from this young lad.
They use their pace well. Madagedra used his pace to get ahead of the Havelock's defense. And Havelock's defense had really no answer. Chamat Fernando is taking the conversion. Difficult angle. Dead center. Dead center, very well converted indeed.
So 14 points to 7. I think Havelock Sports Club will need to look at the defensive options that tried this came in from nowhere, and then Havelock's team did not have any clue as to what was happening. But once again, this try coming off an error of the restart. So Sandesh Jayavikrama will need to make sure that he gets his restart right.
Takes it too deep. Army easily collecting it. Their forwards certainly making a big effort here. The Army forwards again on the charge. Ruck being formed to the fly half. Decided to kick to an empty space.
Collected that time from Menakan Kanange. Now options for Havelock. Good tackle from Army. Looks like it's a turnover. Very well done that time. Army Sports Club, they're everywhere. Alan Premnath with the carry. Finds Ashan Bandara. Bandara too, he's big forward there. The try scorer, Shehan Silva. Taking his team close to the 22-meter line. Now Chamak Fernando changing directions. Fernando once again wants his forwards in contact. Has Chamira Silva locking with Ranjan Jayaratna.
The Army has moved the ball again to the back line. And excellently passed. Oh, it's unfortunate. There's been a knock on. A panicky pass there. Creating a scrum for the Havelock. Should have held on to the ball instead and formed the ruck. However, Army certainly giving the Havelocks a torrid time, and the Havelocks will have to rethink this game.
You can look at the faces of the Havelock forwards as well. They're trying to look at the strategies as well. I think they've tried option 1 and option 1's working, but they need to make sure that they get that together in the next few minutes as well.
They have come in with standard strategy and now find themselves up against their backs to the wall. Set! Rowler putting the ball in for the Havelock. The referee allowing the game to go on. Use it! Havelock now moving the ball. And oh yeah, Keita Kavin Ketia, I think, is running with the ball. This is going to be a try, with Lahir scoring the try. Sorry, Madhushan has scored the try. Excellent support from the Havelocks. Excellent support play from the Havelocks. And they finally got themselves together to break through and score the try. Good flowing rugby all the way from within their territory, from actually within their 10. So Army have, Havelocks have now caught up with the Army. It should be a fairly easy conversion, which should make it a deadlock 14-all. Javik Kumar taking the kick. No one challenging Jaya Vikrama from the Army. No charge. Converted. And only just. So it's 14-all. Havelocks 14, Army 14. And I think we're in for a good contest.
I think it's anyone's game so far. I think Havelock also showing that they've also got firepower in that back line. They're not also known that they are not only known for their forwards. So that's the indication that they've put up. Kavin the Keshan, wonderful bit of work.
Time off.
Unexpectedly good contest can be had today. And Army now getting ready for the kickoff. Bandara about to take the kickoff.
Off, wait. Time on. Okay.
Fumbled by the Havelocks, and luckily the Army forward couldn't hold on to the ball, and the resultant the initial knock on by the Havelocks has been given instead to the Army. Very poor collection. Could have resulted in a bad situation where Army could have scored. Unfortunately for the Army, the player could not hold on to the ball. And it resulted in the scrum.
Set.
Samat Fernando putting the ball in. To the back, Army back line. Excellent angle run by the Army.
Outside.
The Army have come in well prepared for this game. Ruck formed, and the Army is barging through. They're going into the Army are going to try to barge this through. Again, another ruck formed. Long throw. And this is going to be another try from the Army. Excellent work there. They have really come in prepared for this game. They moved the ball. And the fullback, Mother Gatherer, the center, Senanaka, has ended up, Mother Gatherer has ended up scoring the try. Excellent work. They pushed the ball through the forwards, created the space for the backs to move the ball, and ended up with Mother Gatherer scoring the try. Good thinking on the part of the Army, and they certainly have come prepared for this game. Waiting for the conversion, but at the moment, Army 5 points ahead, 19-14, awaiting the conversion. It all started with the Havelocks making a basic error in not collecting a fairly easy kickoff. A very good conversion again this time. Dead center kick. And the Army move to 21 now. Certainly a turn up for the books. Third from the bottom team coming up with a good response to a third from the top team.
I think wonderful reply from Army once again after that try was scored. I think they're showing that they've got that X factor. So Isuru Mathagara scoring his second try for the day. Once again, wonderful collection by the soldiers. Joining me for the rest of the half is Rukshan. Rukshan, what a game it has been so far.
Yes, it's been a very open game of rugby out here at Havis. Army has brought the armory to face the Havis here. Well, Army is really testing the Havis defense. So it's good to see because if you look at the past Saturday game of Kandy versus Havis,
Speak about that, Rukshan, a little bit as well now. Pressure times for Havelock Post up. Lasunuka Ishan that time doing the clearance duty, but at that moment, if you take a look at that, there was a late charge on Lasunuka Ishan, number 8, on the right of your screen.
Yes, it was late charge, and Havis need to get their act together here because Army is not going to just let this game go away, and Havelock's will have to be focused in the remaining minutes of this first half and come up with another game plan in the second half, because if Army is to win this game, their backline will have to be at their best and test the Havis defense, because Havis is going to go with their forwards and Army will have to defend as well.
That's not going to be not looking good for Lasunuka as well. Making his comeback to Havelock Sports Club after about 3 or 4 games. I think he's playing his first game after about a month. It's his first game for the new year, for the new season as well, for the new round as well. So he's going to be a key player, like you said, for the forwards.
Boarded. Thank you.
By the looks of it, I think Army Sports Club are going to be in a little bit of trouble for that late charge. Lasunuka still getting medical attention there.
No chance. Yellow card. Out.
That's not going to be looking good for the soldiers. Nalan Premnath is the player.
Inshaf, what do you think Army needs to do in the remaining minutes of this first half?
Time on!
I think Army's got their game plan right. And they've seen what the Havelocks are playing. They've seen what strengths or what goals Havelocks have been playing so far in this game. I think they are applying the same amount of pressure as well. They're not taking too many risks as well.
Yes, that's about to go for Army in this game, because Havelocks looks to be a bit vulnerable in the defense, but nothing to take away with his young Havis team. Has been very impressive. So Havelocks with the line out. That's a good take there by Havelocks, and here they go, the forwards try to rumble the Army forwards, and there's a good drive there by Havelocks.
Now Charmachami holding the ball. He has been the ball carrier for Havelock Sports Club in the last 7 weeks. We'll try to do the same in this week as well. Good forward play from the Havis. Vimutti Rahula. Referee playing advantage for a high tackle that time. So Havelock's playing with an advantage.
High tackle. Use it.
Lasunuka joins in the brigade. Now Chamikara combining with Lasunuka. Havelock looking to go face by face, keeping the ball in close quarters with their forwards. Now Rahula. Back to Sandesh. Sandesh Jaivikrama knows he has the advantage, puts in a kick there, slightly overcooked, but referee will bring back play for that high tackle.
Inshaf, I think the Havelocks, rather than going for the pick and drives, they can pass the ball out wide. Just get the backline, the Havis line going.
Pink ball.
It's not because it's like an expected game. The Army is waiting for Havis forwards.
I think Havelocks have done that thing, done that aspect of the game very correctly. I think that has been their key in the last 7 weeks, and that's exactly what they will do. Because taking a comparison on the backline, they have the likes of Sandesh Javikram, Teekshan Dasanayaka, former Pete Wright, making his comeback after his ban as well. So in comparison, I think Havelock has firepower in their forwards, and secondary, I think the backline is a complementary move. So here comes the ball. Lasan Vishan still holding, having control. Will they have the likes of going all the way? Once again, offside is the offense. Chamat Fernando, the scrum half, found guilty.
Yes, Havis needs to.
Number 25.
Havis needs to make sure they get this ball
Only schools.
out from the scrum and just make their forwards drive through the Army defense.
එන්න බා ටච් කරන්න බෑ පිටිපස්සෙන්. Ready. Crouch.
Havis with the scrum.
Set.
That's a good drive there by Havelocks.
Once again,
forwards
Lasan
riding the Army, and that's the ball taken there. Oh, that's a take by Army.
once again penalized that time.
Loose head, tight head.
The problem there was the binding of the tight head prop for Army Sports Club. So we'll have another scrum.
Yes, and
what do you think Havelock Sports Club are going to do?
I think Havelock should just work this ball wide rather than being too
I think Army are anticipating that scrum move with Lasan Vishan at the back of that scrum, but we'll wait and see if and that's exactly what they do. Now this time Vimukhi Rahul is right behind that scrum, but Lasan Vishan looks very in control, and that's the try coming in for Lasan Vishan.
That's a very good try there by Havis. That was expected much, and that's a great try by Havis. So Army will need to pick up themselves, and because if Army can come up with this game, they are going to attack the Havelocks. So Havelocks has to be watchful. This game is looking to be a very flowing game.
Looks like tries coming in from everywhere. So already we've got 6 tries scored in this game. But Lasan Vishan, I think, missed out on the first attempt, missed the second attempt, but he knew he had that composure to go all the way. So third attempt, he gets it right. And Sandesh Javikram has with him a chance of leveling the scores if this conversion goes right.
He should be able to...
Javikram has a lot of experience with him as well.
Yes, watched him play for school, St. Peter's. And I was surprised to see why he didn't take the kicks in the first half of the Candy game. Because at 5 points, there was a conversion miss or the penalty miss.
Exactly, I think Havelock's decision making was questionable in that Candy game, but it's not going to be questionable here as Sandesh Javikram has got 3 out of 3 in this game so far, and Havelocks and Army are back at 21-21.
That's correct, and this like little mistakes do cost much in key games. My personal view is that I feel that 5 points missing the Candy game by having made the difference.
I think the missed kicks were crucial in that Havelock Sports Club game, but in the meantime, Havelocks have with them another challenge. They need to win this one first. So Army Sports Club also showing that they have the backline and they have the forwards.
That's a good combination to have when you're playing against a good Havelocks team or any other team. On the day, it's a different ball game. What you bring to the table is what matters. So I think Army has come up with a plan here, and they are just throwing all their, and that's a good kick and good take by Army. That's a Fijian representing the Army Sports Club in this match. A tall, lanky guy.
Release! Tackle release.
Army going forward. That's a good kick. Well, yeah, he's under pressure here.
Not the best of collections, but that will do for Havelock Sports Club. Was in a little bit of danger. Intentional, deliberate knock on his offense. So Havelock's playing with an advantage. Vimukhi Rahula knows he has the advantage. They bring back play and want to take that penalty once again. Havelock Sports Club looks a little bit distressed when it comes to their defensive patterns. Rukshan, I think we saw them early as well. That's how they considered that try. And now also I think good effort there coming in from Jani Dufanan. In fact, from the wing three-quarter player. And if not for him, I think that could have been another try opening up for Havelock, for Army.
Yes, I agree with you. And Havelock's defense looks to be a bit vulnerable in today's game. I think Army is like attacking their defense, so Havelock will have to be very watchful. Because it's a key game for Havelock after their defeat. And you can't take Army lightly, because Army is a side that they will throw out everything at the opposition to win.
Interestingly, Azmir Fajruddin, the usual workhorse in the rolling maul, has been put on the bench. I'm not sure what Sanath Martis, coach Sanath Martis has in mind. Umesh Madhushan does a wonderful collection that time.
And he has a heavy
Get back, number 4! Number 4, get back! Yellow number 4, get back!
Army defense tested.
With the rolling maul right from that break. Here comes Zayan Sabah. Zayan Sabah breaking through. Rahula looks for Malisha Madumewan. Now Randy Silva. Randy Silva puts in a pass to Henakan Namage. Henakan Namage goes in, pops the ball. And Randy Silva once again doing the cleaning duties.
Wait. Number 4. Turn.
Looks like there has been another
Small
offense.
tackle karane back, right? Last chance. Collapse karane back.
Collapse in the mall, deliberately collapse in the mall is the infringement. You can hear referee Priyanka Gunaratne clearly giving strict instructions. You miss it out in the next instance. You're going out for 10 minutes.
And it will be on the Nordisha. So that's a good...
22 drop out, boys, come.
This has just opened up.
What do you want?
For
come out, 22 drop out.
That time, once again, Sandesh Jayavikram making a blunder of that kick. Just as we spoke good of Sandesh Jayavikram.
Yeah, looks to be not his day today with the boot, kicking to touch.
But his place kicking has been on par.
That's true. That's, I guess, Heavies need to think and
try to see someone for the place for kicking to touch and using him only for place kicking duties.
That's correct.
Once again, Randy Silva has to push back a wonderful kick from Kausau. Kausau gains decent meters. Now Randy Silva. Randy Silva is a dynamic player, puts in a ball. Navin Henakan makes a blunder at that moment. And that's a penalty try because Tusila Senanayaka was tackled. He had all right to that ball and he was tackled on his way on to score in that try. He's just gifting tries to the opposition.
It's like a Christmas gift. Nicely wrapped.
A late Christmas gift.
That's correct. So Army tries like this could change the end result.
So no need of a conversion, and that's just terrible coming in from Havelock. Not what's expected. Randy Silva should have seen as to who he's passing. Navin Henakan had no idea the ball was coming. So 2 errors leading out to that try. So Havelock Sports Club had just considered 7 points.
That's correct. And Havelock's with the kick. That's a good take by Army. Oh, Heavies penalized.
Havelock's number 4. Umesh Madhushan penalized. I think Kausau has been impressive all throughout the 35 minutes for Army Sports Club.
Yes, Inshallah, agree with you on that.
His kicks have been impressive in the first place.
Yes, true. And kicks plus he's running and giving some free kicks to the opposition. And he's a good ball carrier. Watching him play. 21 points for Havelocks, 28 for Army. Havies need to get some score here.
Now Fernando out to Ashan Bandara, opening up the space, opening up for the big prop forward. Unexpected move from Ranjan Jaratna. Jaratna still going, puts in the pass to the captain today. Tushir Senanayake barges inside the 22. Now interesting play opening up for Army. Ashan Bandara puts in the pass once again to his forwards. Shehan Silla barging his way through, making big problems for Havelock. Once again, this time Nalaga Maduranga taking his team inches close to that try line. Now Fernando to Ashan Bandara finds Kausao in the inside channel.
Some lovely skills by Army team today and very impressive. So support play as well. Army is doing well here.
Army playing an advantage. Fernando, long cutout pass this time.
Should
There's no one
so
there. The
that's
time Sudhara Dikumura.
It's an awesome try by Army.
That's what he does. Sudhara Dikumura finds space, looks at opportunities, and that's the 5th try coming in for Army Sports Club.
Yes, and that was just a slice through the Havies defense.
Ashan Bandara has done a decent job distributing play left and right. I think he's finally getting his act together. Was not missing in action in the first few games, but today I think he knows exactly when to pop the pass. Even in the earlier play, he sent the ball to Kausao, knowing that he was there on his inside channel. So job well done to Ashan Bandara, and Sudhar Dikumura gets his name on the try line. Try scorers list rather.
Agreed. That's a combination, a good combination to have for Army, and it's about the understanding on the game and the situation. So if those combinations go well, Army could be on this game much better. So it's a little things that should help Army.
Number 8, pink.
And
Number 8,
Havelocks, on the other hand, will have to be focused and not be too over-complacent.
So key replacements coming in for Havelock. Looks like Lasuduishan is not going to continue and finish this game. This time Samat Fernando has the distance. And a clean kicking record coming in for Samat Fernando. And that's 5 out of 5 for this new entrant to Dialog Rugby League, playing his first official season for Army Sports Club and is kicking like a pro.
Yes, I agree, and it's good to see players of that caliber coming to the club scene. That's much needed, and looking at the scoreline now, it's like Army is running away, but you never know in rugby. Like cricket.
Wait and see unexpected twists come our way in the second half. We've seen a lot of that in both of these sports runs, so we'll wait and see. Rugby is an 80-minute game. They feel it's exactly an 80-minute game because we cannot come to conclusions early on. Things change in the second half.
Especially this game of rugby.
Time on.
You can have your first half going your way. The other team can have the second half going their way. So Havies will have to come out with all their guns blazing in the second half.
Sandesh Jayavikrama this time gets his restart right. Now Talwat.
Back.
Army using their forwards. Trying to get some decent first phase ball out to their forwards. This time Tushir Senanayake acting as halfback. Puts in the ball to Bandara. Apologies for the technical difficulties we are facing here at Havelock Sports Club. In the meantime, here comes Army. As the chase going, Talwat is chasing that ball as well as carving the Keshan. Looks like Keshan will have only one option to do, to run it out into touch. And once again, Havelock Sports Club put on a tremendous pressure. And that's the first half. Army Sports Club blazing here with 5 tries under their name, 35 points to 21. And they've made a solid opening statement at the end of 40 minutes.
Yes. Yes, so agree in what you say, Inshav, and Havelocks will have to come up with another game plan going to the second half. The Army is just running right in the first half here at Havelock Sports Club. Wonder what Army will come up with in the second half.
A lot to talk about in the second half. A lot to talk about the second half, especially at the Havelock Sports Club dressing room. Coach Sanath Martis will have a lot to talk to his players to see what they have in store. So 21 points to 35. That's how the first half ends. We'll take a quick commercial break, and when we come back, we'll have action from the second half.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
අපි කමිටුවක් පත් කරනවා. ඒ කමිටුවේ ප්‍රතිඵල ඔබතුමාලාට ළඟදිම ලැබෙන්න සලස්වනවා. තා මොනවාරි ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද?
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්?
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහනේ.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில் உங்கள் நகரில் உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.
වෙඩින් එකට තාම හොටෙල් එකවත් බුක් කරලා නැහැනේ.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම් සුදු.
අලු සීට් එකක් දැම්ම නම් නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්නම්.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
සිලාන් පර්සනල් ලෝන් කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
රුපියල් 5කින් මොනවද කරන්න පුළුවන්? 5කින්
Well, if you tuned in looking at the scorecard and looking that there's a battle between the 3rd place and the 6th place, you are in for a treat. At halftime, Army is leading with a massive lead of 14 points against Havelocks in their very den. There's the Havelock Sports Club facing off Army Sports Club right at the Havelock Park here in Colombo, and at halftime it is 35 points to 21 in favor of Army Sports Club. It has been an enthralling game of rugby so far, and let's see how the boys from Havies will bounce back. So joining me in commentary here is Malinda. Good evening to you, Malinda.
Good evening. Good evening. Good evening, Shamil. Actually, little bit of interesting game out in there. So what do you think about Havies can bounce back?
Well, I'm sure the coach Sanat Mate spoke to them during the 10-minute background. As the kickoff happens right now, the Havelock will be running to your right, as you see on the screen.
Ashan Bandara puts the high hanging kick.
Right, position with Havies at the moment, but well, just like we saw in the first half, Army giving the defensive team of Havies a good run as referees call an infringement and Havies once again in position with the ball for a penalty.
Sandesh Jayavikram, not a lot of famous kicking player as in his school season, but into club season he done really good job with the Havies. What do you think about that?
Yes, he has been the best that Havies can produce in this season, and has had a decent game so far, apart from a couple of infringement that we saw in the first half. So Havies making a decent kick up to the 22 of Army, and let's see how they'll play in the line out.
Dayan Sabha with the ball.
Zayan Sabha with the ball, and well, Havies secure position, Havelock Sports Club, and looks like they are setting up for the maul as the referee calls advantage for pulling down the player, if I'm not mistaken.
The famous maul made by Sanat Martis.
Well, Sanat Martis is famous for his mauls, whichever team he coaches, the rolling maul.
Number 17.
Another penalty comes to Havies.
Number 17, the tight head Shehan Silva from Army.
Can Havies make
right penalty?
Can Havies make 7-point score in here?
So referee is giving a kind warning to the number 17 player, while the medic team is attending to one of the Havies players. We're not sure who it is.
Safari will lie down there. With the maul can make a score in this half.
Definitely, we'll see. So now it's just 5 meters away from the try line, as the referee gives another kind reminder to the Army side to not bring the player down while the player is in the air. So Zayan Sabha once again with the ball, and this time no contest for the line out by Army, and once again the maul is in place, the rolling maul. Can it go over the line? We'll see. Well, push, and that's what the Havies players are doing as the maul collapses.
Back, last foot.
Senaldeep with the ball.
Well, Senaldeep running towards the hindsight from the blind side, and lot of noise there in the breakdown. Havies just a few feet away from scoring their fourth try of the game. Mind you, there's a deficit of 14 points. That's 2 fully converted tries. Can Havies get first blood in the second half? Well, I'm sure they're seeing the try line quite close to their eyes. Can they go over the line? Well, it's just a few inches away.
Get back!
Well, they're taking it play by play, moving inch by inch to the try line. I'm sure all of us watching from home, and even the combox here is watching this play with intense, and I think that is a try. The fourth try rather for Havelock Sports Club.
Umesh Madhushan scores his hat-trick.
Yes, that's the third try for Umesh Madhushan. He scored the first 2 tries, and the fourth try for Havelock Sports Club. But well, I think this try is the most hard-fought try for Havelocks.
Yeah, actually, most of the players are all the forwards are marching to their way to the try line. That's the case. Sandesh Jayavikram with the kicking duties. He done pretty well job today in this game so far.
Yes, he has done an amazing job in the game so far. He has got 3 opportunities for the conversion, and all 3 have gone in. This is the 4th time. Let's see if he'll be successful the 4th time running. Sandesh Jayavikrama, here we go, coming from the main pavilion end. Four Army players attacking, but nevertheless Sanjay Javikrama puts it through, and that takes the total of Havelock Sports Clubs to 28 points, and the deficit is cut by half to just a 7-point deficit, one try away. Malinda, what do you make of this?
Havis done their duties very well in the second half. So far, they done they didn't do any mistake in the as coach advice.
Well, I'm sure that they've re-strategized during the halftime break, and they definitely look more confident, because during the first half the defenses of Havelock Sports Club especially looked a bit weak and a bit stressed. But here we go, the restart by Army, straight to the hand of the player. And once again position kicked right into the hands of jersey number 25, Chamat Fernando.
Brilliant piece of defense by Havis, but the tackle is not roll away. That's a
and the referee has straight away called the penalty. I think this is the first penalty for the Army Sports Club in this half. Will they go for 3 points just to extend the lead, or will they try to kick to touch and go for the 6th try? Looks like that is what they are attempting. Kausau, the Fijian player, does a good job.
Ariana mistake again, number 25.
So now, within a span of 1 minute from the last try, Army Sports Club are within inside the 22-meter line of Havis. And they make a mess, a muddle of the line out as Havelocks look to get out of jail here.
Get back!
Havis secure the ball and wait for the line.
Back, get back, yo! Hands up! Hands up!
Well, Havis forming a lot of rucks and taking play from there. Probably trying to draw out the energy of the Army forwards.
Miss Madhushan having good days, scoring 3 tries and marching forward for his full energy of the game.
And well, that was a get out of jail kick for Havelock Sports Club. Good clearance made there. The ball is now in the half of Army. But of course, the possession will be for Army SC as we restart the game at the 49th minute. We have just over half an hour left in the game, and only 7 points between Havelock Sports Club and Army Sports Club. Well, Army have only won 1 game in the season so far, while Havis, of course, are in the 3rd place of the table with 5 wins already. This time the line-up well secured.
What a piece of play by Army.
Well, they are looking to attack as ever, but they lose possession. Another unforced error by the Army lads. But can Havis capitalize with this? The ball rolling away. Finally, they managed to catch it. Advantage called in by the referee in favor of Havis.
Back.
Again, the defense of Army looks solid, pretty much similar to their attack as well.
Sanjay Jayavikrama, nice little cheeky offload.
And this time looks like ball has been awarded to Army for holding on. Holding on seems to be the infringement. And now Army SC will have possession of the ball.
Kausau with kicking duties.
Once again looking to go for touch. The number 12, tall, lanky guy from Fiji. A tall kick. And looks like he has failed to clear. And now Havies with a chance to counter-attack. Good pass, good offload there. And once again the ruck is formed. Well, Malinda seems like that is the plan of attack for Havies in this half. They form the ruck and then they go, but once again advantage.
When it comes to Havies backlines, the lot of players are after their school season. They are very talented in their school season. But when it comes to Army, but a lot of players are senior players. What do you think about that?
Definitely, in fact, the highest try scorer for Havies in the game, Umesha Madhushan, played for school just a few years ago, and is already shining in the pink jersey. Well, now Havies once again in Army territory, just a few meters away from the 22, as Zayan Sabah, as always, ready with the ball. Hopefully the play will go as planned for his side.
This time not the famous rolling ball from the Havies.
Well, I feel that Army purposefully evaded contesting for the rolling ball.
So they just ignore the rolling ball, that's the case.
Yes, looks like that is, but I'm sure Martis would have had a plan to counterattack that as well, but Havies is not using that strategy right now. They are going to the ruck.
Another penalty coming up against Army.
Quickly taken there, and few good yards made by Havies once again, juggling the ball. Juggling the ball, and eventually they managed to lose possession. Just probably 10 meters, 8 to 10 meters away from the try line. And Army SC will breathe a sigh of relief. Havelocks had a very good opportunity to get it all even Steven during the 53rd minute. But unfortunately, ball handling errors, by the looks of it, has costed them possession.
Steady. Suruh balana me proper. Crouch. Point. Set.
The play resumes here in Havelock Park, and Army. This. Well, that seems to be. Referee calls back for a penalty. Looks like it is a penalty in favor of Army Sports Club yet again.
Referee calling for a Havies captain.
Mark you 5 meter. Yes.
Well, penalty awarded this time. And instead of getting out of jail kick, this time Army will have possession of the ball as well at the line out. So let's see how Aravinda Karnaratna, number 2 for Army SC, will play this, and how the strategy will be to ensure that they don't lose possession from here. Mind you, the ball is still in their half of play. So I'm sure Army would look to attack and possibly try and extend the lead by at least 3 points, just to ensure that Havelocks is not merely a try away from hitting their score. Well, the jumper couldn't catch the ball, but nevertheless no damage done. Army still in possession of the ball.
Lock on advantage.
Umesh Madhushan.
Beautiful interception there by Umesh Madhushan, and now Havies on the run. Looks like
Randy Silva, he's going to score. Yes, he scored.
Randy Silva, jersey number 13. Randy Silva scores an amazing try from running across the park.
Former Sipatana fly off.
And Havelock SC have moved ever so close to the Mammoth 35 that Army SC posed within the first half. If the conversion comes in successfully, that will be 35-35. Havelock Sports Club and Army Sports Club with just under 25 minutes to go in this game.
What a game we are witnessing in Havelock Park.
It has been a game filled with teeters and tartars, ups and downs. And after quite some time, looks like Havelocks are in fingers reach to Army Sports Club, as we have the number 10 Sandesh Javikrama attempting his 5th conversion kick. He has been successful the 4 previous times. Let's see how he'll go this time.
Nicely direct kick. Not what he expected.
Well, the kick had enough legs, but not the right direction. At least 3 to 5 meters away from the right pole of the uprights. So Army Sports Club still have that psychological advantage of a mere 2 points, but a penalty kick alone can get Havelock SC back in the lead. So I'm sure Army Sports Club will have to be mindful of that and not do many infringements. We saw a lot of infringements in this game so far. Quite unusual for a club rugby game. Chamat Fernando securing the ball and once again kicking forward towards Havis. Prince Shamara just lobbing it forward and attempting to chase it, but not successful there. Army once again in position with the ball.
Get back!
Well, we are right on the center 50-meter line. Army still in position.
Navin Hinkanagami with ball. Can he make the difference?
Covering some good ground. A solid 20 meters, but brought down once again right on the center line. Beautiful tackle right there, but
referee says line offside.
Looks like referee has called for an infringement and Havis will have the penalty there.
Can Sandesh Vikram make a good clearance?
Well, Havis have not been excellent in their clearance game so far in this match, but nevertheless, a beautiful kick by Sandesh right up to the 22-meter line.
Time off.
Referee has called for a time pause. Looks like there is an injury for an Army player. The medics are attending to him right now, and referee just wants to ensure that the player is back in playing condition before he resumes play for the line out of Havelock Sports Club. Zayan Sabah once again with the ball.
This time Havis go for a 7-man line out.
Off Kalatin. Off Kalatin. Time off. Time on.
Time is on once again, and we are waiting for the throw. It's
Shamil, can they make a perfect maul in this game?
Well, I'm sure that's what Havis and all fans of Havis will be hoping for. And I think, Malinda, you've put the commentator's curse on them. They lose, not only they lose the opportunity to score a try, they've also lost possession, and now Army would look to counter-attack from there. Good clearance kick. Coming right into the half of Havelocks. Well, Malinda, look what you did. Just as Havelock were just 22 meters away.
1 meter gap.
You put pressure on them on air, and look what happened. They not only lost position, now they are rather on the defense as Army once again in position of the ball.
Army forwards burst in through the tacklers and marching forward to the try line.
Yes, this will be a good test for the defense of Havelock.
Another penalty against Army. Kanagami with the ball.
Well, that's a penalty and a quick tap taken by Havelock, and good ground covered. Almost back to the 22-meter line. They're playing with the line this time and not going with the pick and go style. Randy Silva now with the ball. Having the Keshan. Good ground covered in this process as the player goes over the touchline, and Havelock just lose position once again on the 22-meter line.
Army defense bundle into the touchline.
Numbers!
Forcing the player to go out of the line. So twice within the past 2 minutes, Havelocks have come so close, but yet so far from scoring their 6th try for the game.
Immediate. Yellow number 6 up.
Well, if you just tuned in, it's in terms of tries, it's even Steven. Both sides have scored 7 tries each, but just a conversion 2-point difference between the two teams. Army making a muddle out of that line out right there, but can have his gain advantage as another infringement by the Army Sports Club. Malinda, quite unusually, we've seen quite a lot of infringements quite frequently in this game.
Both teams are marching to their 22 lines and they getting back to the previous position again.
I'm sure the coaches will have a lot to say at the end of this game, as well as the fans. The fans have been very vocal throughout the season, as it is always throughout the Dialog Club Rugby season. Well, not only the club rugby, even schools rugby receive a lot of scrutiny, especially as the modern game has evolved.
This time Havelock go for a full man line out.
Well, looks like Azmir Fajuddin is doing the throwing in duties, not Zayan Sabah. And what you called for, Malinda, a while ago, the maul was just set up until it was brought down.
Nice defense by Army. Midun Hapukura wasn't through. They are forward from marching forward towards the try line.
Get back! Get back! Get back! Get back!
Inch and inch, they are moving closer to the try line. Army will try to somehow bring this juggernaut down. This time moving out wide, create some spaces in the line of Army.
Penalty! Penalty number 19! High tackle!
High tackle calls the referee, and
Number 19,
advantage for Havelocks. And just as the advantages were awarded, there is another try. That is the 8th try for Havelock Sports Club, and courtesy Azmir Fajuddin. Azmir has just entered play in place of Zayan Sabah, and he has straight away made his presence count with the first try for him in this game. As always, praising the God. And that's the 8th try for Havelock Sports Club. And now they are in lead at the 65th minute. So, Malinda, the try is finally scored, and after a lapse of almost 20 to 30 minutes, Havelock Sports Club are in the lead.
What a change by Havelock SC. they replace Asmir Fajiddin for Sayan Sabah, and he scores a try.
Well, fresh legs, they say, and seems like that it has made an impact this time around for Havelock SC.
Sandesh Jayavikram with his kicking duties.
And that is true. So 40 points to 35.
Now can Army bounce back? That's the most important question in their fans' mind. What do you think
I'm
about
sure Army will be thoroughly disappointed if they were unable to wrap this game up after being 14 points up at halftime. Army have scored 5 perfect tries so far, including conversions. And Havis have scored 6.
Nice high hanging kick. Sandesh Jayavikram with the clearance. Sudarakadi Kumura, former Sri Lankan player. Army into their Havis 22.
Well, after some while in this game, we are seeing some attacking fast-paced rugby from Army attacking Havis. I'm sure that try is still smarting them and going back for the first time in like 30 minutes in this game.
Sudarakadi Kumura.
Collapses 5 meters behind the try line. It was almost a 6th try for Army, but the Army are still going. They are still going. They are still 5 meters away as the soldiers battle hard with the try line in visible distance. Can they go over the line? This will be a very interesting game, Malinda, if they go through. Kausao bringing the ball ever so close. We are just 2 meters away from the try line. The crowd's cheering. I'm sure Army wants this game very, very badly right now. We are just a few inches away. This is a strong test for the defense line of Havis. They've been quite tentative in this game, especially in the first half. They weren't challenged so often in the second half, but here is a strong challenge for Havis right here, right now. Can Army SC take this through?
Sudarakadi Kumura with the ball. Little bit of
a bit of hesitant play, but eventually Army go over the line. Jersey number 22, Tusita Sena Nayaka, the captain himself, goes over the try line to get his team even Steven with Havelock SC once again. Look at the body language of the Havelock's players. It is ever so evident when it comes to the final 20 minutes of the game. Well, we are just over 10 minutes. We have just over 12 minutes. Isuru Madagedra once again with the kick. He has been successful in the kicking of Army SC has been successful in the game so far. The previous 5 tries have been successful in their kicking. Can Isuru keep up the standard of kicking Army has maintained in this game for the conversion? This will be his first aim, first try at the uprights. Not an extremely hard kick, but not as easy as right under the posts. Generally, one would consider it as a regulation kick, but you'd never know. Playing away, not in the home grounds, judging the winds and angles can sometimes be tough. Excellent kick. A bit of curveball there. And Army SC are now once again on the lead. Well, if you've come into this game and if you're watching this game at home, you are doing the right thing. This has been an excellent game, hasn't it, Malinda?
Yeah, 40 points to 42. Just a difference between 2 points. Can Harris bounce back the game to their in favor?
Well, when they met previously, Havelocks won with a 8-point lead. But right now, Havies are trailing by 2 points. Who think, on paper, the defending runners-up would be challenged in their own den by Army Sports Club, the team that ended in 5th place last time, as we have resumed play. Good collection by the Army player.
Also with the boot.
A flat kick, but right into the arms of the waiting Havies player as he covers some good ground there. That's up! Well, what mustn't happen right now, Malinda, is Army shouldn't go into their cocoon and start defending and totally forget how to attack. They should keep attacking. That has been their game so far. And just like that, it's a knock-on by the Havelocks player. Advantage for Army. And Havelocks have failed to secure the ball as it was rolling around. And Army once again with the ruck. And they have kicked it into the Havelock player.
Both teams are fed up about their in the last 9 minutes of this game.
Well, they definitely look tired, don't they? 80 minutes of intensive rugby at this level would definitely make even the most fittest look tired at the end of the game. So Havelocks restarting the game and a bit of kicking game going around. Havies kicking into Army territory and Army wanting to attack. Looks like that is the right thing to do and not get into a defensive shell, even though it's only a 2-point difference between the two teams, as we see an Army player lying down and two medics attending to him.
Number 8. Get the ball down. Number 30 coming from side.
Coming from the side is what the referee says.
He's right into the pocket.
Looks like the player needs serious attention. The captain, Thusila Senanayaka, the try scorer of the previous try. Would this be a costly blow as the stretcher comes in? Looks like it is an injury around his knee. Hope it is not too serious. He was clutching his knee hard and he was unable to move it. Well, this would definitely go down as one of the major upsets in the Dialog Rugby season 2019-2020. If Army managed to pull this off. They are with a 2-point lead. And we are just under 8 minutes on the clock. Once again, mind you, the clock that we have on screen is not what's on the referee's hand. There may be a slight deviation from the actual time, but this is just an indication as to what the time would be. So according to our clock, we have 7 minutes and 41 seconds to go.
Penalty.
And penalty awarded to Havelock Sports Club. Havelocks, I'm sure, will look to attack. Attacking is the only thing that they'd look to do right now with only 7 minutes to go.
Number 25 out. Number 25 yellow. 25 out. 25. Number 25 yellow out.
Azmed Fajuddin once again doing his hooker duties. The last time he threw the ball in, Havelocks went on to score a try. I'm sure all fans watching the game, Havelocks and Army, would have their eyes glued to play right now as the rolling maul is formed and the ball is passed once again to the hooker, Azmed Fajuddin. And the rolling maul gradually rolls in.
Number 30! Number 30!
Army trying to counter it in advantage. Once again called by referee. With an infringement by the wing of Army coming from side is what the referee says. The maul is taken apart, but still Heavies are in possession.
Number 30 coming from side.
And that infringement
Yellow
of
number
coming
30
from side.
coming from side.
Yes, that is what they're looking at. They are going for the try. They are not going for the 3 points at this stage of the game. They want a good and hefty lead. That is a very good clearance. Almost 15 meters from the try line. Malinder, I'm telling you, if Havelocks manage to set up the rolling maul perfectly, I'm sure there is no stopping it. But can Army be strong enough in their defense to stop that? Advantage calls once again for Havelocks.
Mithun Hapodu going him.
Good series of play by Havelocks. We are a few inches away. I am sure Havelocks will be very disappointed if they don't score this time.
Play on, advantage.
5 to 7 inches is what's keeping them away from a win. And they have scored. Captain Mithun Hopgoda with the try. Well, 45 to 42 is what the scorecard reads. And well, we have more time than what we expected. We have almost 4 minutes remaining. 4 minutes anything can happen within 4 minutes. So, well, the game is not over as yet. Even if the conversion is scored, it will still be a mere 5-point difference. A difference which a try can cover. But let's see, will Havelock get into a lead of 5 points, or will it just be a 3-point lead? It doesn't go through, so out of 7 times, Sandesh Javikrama has failed twice. And with just under 4 minutes remaining in the game, we hope that this would not come back to haunt Havelocks, the 2 missed conversion chances. If a complete blunder made by the player, dropping the ball, and the ball simply rolling over touch. And looks like Heavies want to make this game ever more competitive with just under 2 minutes remaining on the clock. Looks like it is going to be a line out.
Two minutes.
Well, Azmir in fact checking with the referee of how long is remaining. Referee says 2 minutes. So looks like our clock is very much in par with the referee's watch as Army try to wrap the game up in favor of them. going in with the attacking play. Kick down the park. Can Army chase it? Or will Havis be tentative in their defense? The Havis player managed to touch down in time, and that denies Army of their try. The kick will now take place from the 22-meter line, and Army will have to look for a perfect run from this point onwards, without any infringements, without avoiding any penalties, and without gifting position from this time onwards if they are to make a game out of it. As I said, there was a mini blunder, a mini juggle with the ball, but Army still in position. They're making a good run, once again juggling the ball. And now it has once again rolled out towards touch. And there is a confusion as to which player kicked it last before it rolled out. And if my eyes were correct, they're right in front of the comm box. It was Havelock's that kicked the ball out, or it was the Havelock's player that touched the ball last. Looks like that's what the referees believe as well.
Time off.
Time off, says the referee, as another Army player is down.
Cramp. Gun Elliot. Elliot can
Less than 1 minute to go. Can Army make a huge comeback in this game?
Well, all they need is a perfect run. They've done that before in the game.
Hurry up, get up. One game make it anwa. Simon. Don't cross the gap. Cross कराने पे.
Alright, so play is about to resume, and Malind, let me bring your attention that we'll have to decide the player of the match. But right now, the question is if Army can make a comeback, if Army can ensure that their team goes over the line, and once again another infringement by the Havis boys.
High tackle.
High tackle is what the referee says, and yellow card awarded straight away, and Havis will be playing one man short.
I think last move of the game.
Last move. Doctor!
Yes, referee confirms that is the last move.
Wait.
So now Army must ensure that there will be no stoppages and the ball will not go out, and they have to ensure that the ball will remain in the park until they score a try in order for them to make a game out of this. The scorecard reads 45-42 in favor of Havelock Sports Club. And I'm sure Havelocks, if they win, they have dodged a major scare from the soldiers.
Penalty. Scrum.
Yes, they go for a scrum. That's a
especially with having a man advantage. Scrum seems to be the sound thing to do right now at the dying stages of the game. The players will be tired, and I'm sure Army will be more pumped up because they are the team with a deficit. And Havelocks will have to ensure that they don't let this game slip away from their grasp.
බලන්න වෙන එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද කියලා ගහන්න. අපිට ඇති එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද බලන්න.
The referee stops time once again. Looks like there's a bit of confusion in terms of replacement players.
ඉසුරු බලන්න දාපු නැති පන්ටෝ එක්කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද කියලා. දාපු නැති ෆ්‍රන්ට් රෝ එකේ කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද බලන්න.
Can Havis beat the Army SC twice in this Dialog Rugby season?
Well, I'm sure that's what the Habbies fans and the players wanted prior to the commencement of this game. And the fans have turned out in decent numbers here in the Havelock Park, all anticipating that win, but this has not been the expected result for them so far. They would have been looking at a more comfortable win, especially given the record of the two teams in this season. But haven't Army given them a run for their money? Final play of the game about to commence.
We have a birthday boy in pink jersey. Senal Dilaka celebrating his 25th birthday today.
Oh, that's some interesting trivia. So happy birthday to you, Senal. If you'd ever hear this on air while you watch highlights or when you rewatch the game someday. But right now it's the final play and the play is underway. Ball in position of Army. Can they go through? If Havies get position, all they've got to do is kick the ball out and that will be it for the game. But can Army hold position and hold the ball in play and go over the line? That's the question that everyone will have to answer right now. Well, going good and strong so far. Army trying to ensure that their passes are safe, and eventually a penalty has been awarded and Havies are having the ball right now. Holding on is what the referee called as infringement.
What a brilliant game what we are witnessing.
Game. The major scare of Army has been evaded by Havelock SC, and they win the game 45-22 with a mere 3-point lead. So joining me right now is Inshaf. So Inshaf,
apologies for the inconvenience. So that's how the game ends, 45 points to 42. Army Sports Club. So that's how the game ends, 45 points to 42. Army Sports Club losing this one, and Havelock Sports Club continuing their streak. And in the meantime, Umesh Madhushan, for his efforts in the breakdown, for scoring tries. He is our player of the match for the day. Dialog View player of the match goes out to Umesh Madhushan. Wonderful bit of work from that young lad. So taking a look at that. So at the end of this week, on this match day, I think Havelock Sports Club have been able to score. I think it was very much of a high-scoring thriller, Shamil. I think that's exactly why that has happened. I think but we've seen 7 tries coming in from Havelock and then 6 from Army. So unfortunately, Army has to end up on the losing side.
well, the players and the fans will be distraught, but they've been in play. They've been in the lead from the 12th or the 14th minute of this game, and eventually Havelock's managing to catch up, especially after the second half. Well, and that's it from action-packed rugby day here in Colombo. We saw Navy, Candy, and Havelocks winning their games today. And that would be a wrap from ThePapare.com here from Havelock Park. Thank you very much for being here with us. And please do join in for the rest of the season. And mind you, the draw of the school season has been launched, released as well. So March 4th would be the starting date for that. And ThePapare.com will ensure to bring live action from the games of the schools rugby league as well. So thank you very much once again for joining in, and do have a great night ahead. Thank you.
අලු සීටිකක් දැම්මන නරකයි.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
සර් සර්ගේ පේමන්ට් එක සෙටල් කරන්න තියෙනවා.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න. දෙකෙන් දෙන්න.
දෙකෙන් දෙන්න නම් දෙකෙන් ගන්න ඕනේ. Whatever the need, a Ceylon personal loan will be ready for you in just 2 days.
Ceylon personal loan කිව්වා වගේම වැඩ.
Ceylon Bank, the bank with the heart.
உங்கள் கிராமத்தில் உங்கள் நகரில் உங்கள் பிரதேசத்தில் உள்ள வீரர்கள் திறமையானவர்களா? அவளின் திறமைகளை நீங்கள் அறிந்து கொள்ள வேண்டுமா? தமிழ் பேசும் உங்களின் திறமைகளை உலகறியச் செய்யும் உங்களுக்கான யூடியூப் சேனல் www.youtube.com/ThePapare Tamil.